Joining us now is Dr. Robert Zaid with Providence Park Hospital in Novi to talk more about our top story. Hello, doctor. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, Glenda.
We're talking about the governor and his blood clot and his condition. This sounds pretty serious, doctor.
I hope he recovers quickly. It can be very serious. I'm glad that it sounds like they caught it early. What you worry about a clot is that it could travel, and so you want to make sure it's stable and treated before that clot moves.
When you hear clot, as you said, you think it's a bad word, you panic about it. We're told that maybe he felt it in his leg. You can feel them on your own?
Absolutely.
Okay.
When you have a clot, you're stopping blood flow. And when you stop blood flow, you can get swelling, you can get redness, you can get pain. And so if you have those kind of symptoms, you want to look into it further.
Is there ever a time where you don't feel anything?
There are times that you don't feel it. Probably a quarter of the time you won't feel anything, but you might notice that your leg is larger. And really, most people don't know the risk factors. If you feel any kind of discomfort or change in your leg, you want to consult with your physician.
Mm-hmm. Now, the leg clots, they do travel. Those are the ones that can travel to the heart, the brain even?
They can, and they're clots in general form. A lot of times are stable, but anytime you have a clot, you need to heighten you need to worry a little bit more and make sure that you're taking care of it early.
Now, we're talking about his Achilles injury possibly contributing to this clot. Can you talk about how that would happen?
Sure. So when you look at a clot, there's three major things that can cause a clot. If you're immobile, if you don't move, if you've got trauma, like you have an injury or surgery, or if you have a clotting disorder. Typically, after surgery, you've got two of the three. You've got the trauma from the surgery and the immobility. So if you're not moving a whole lot and you have surgery or you have like an injury, it's pretty easy to get a clot, and we're pretty aware of that. So in the medical community, we watch for that in the hospital. That's one of the top 10 things that we're looking for all the time.
So we avoid that by moving around and things like that?
Yeah, and right after surgery, typically there's things in place that help with that, to help move you around. But even with all of the best treatments, you still can get a clot. It just happens.
And how do you feel the governor's being treated? Is it a blood thinner kind of situation, or?
It's hard for me to comment on that,
Okay.
Glenda. Typically, they're going to assess how bad it is, how involved it is, how large it is. And it could go anywhere from a simple blood thinner to something that traps clots to a surgery. And it sounds like, from what I've heard today, it's not, it's hard to say without knowing the details.
Sure. Dr. Zaid, thank you for the insight. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Over to you, Brad.